Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Um, Real quick today, what I wanted to do is make a quick video um talking about current stance on the crypto market. So we're gonna be going over XRP for today, and Litecoin, which both of which I'm currently in the trade, as you can see. I'm in a buy here on this account. I'm doing a $100 challenge once again, turning $100 account. So let's get started. So first up, we're gonna look at XRP. So first thing first is just like when I come to the market, first thing I like to do is go to a higher time frame, and the higher time frame, depending on you, can consist of, as a trader, you can go do top down analysis from the monthly time frame all the way down to the 1 hour. But what I like to typically do is start with the weekly time frame and then work my way down from there. So as you can see on XRP from a weekly standpoint, right, we have, this is our weekly candle right here that's currently open. And we have 2 days and 10 hours left before this candle close. So what I will simply do is come here and I will look based on this candle right here, look for my nearest resistance line, well, zone, and that will be the zone right here. And simply, a resistance is typically saying that it's a form of resistance or a ceiling where price came to, like price tried to come here and it couldn't, so it pulled back. So that's all this is. So what I will do, I'll go in and I'll put weekly resistance. Oh, hold on, can't spell it this morning. Weekly resistance slash ceiling, because you can call it either. You may hear traders call it either one, right? So that's that. Then what I will look for is my weekly support or my weekly floor, where that may be. So once again, based off this counter right here, you look, where was the last lowest low? Well, right here. So then what I'll do, get my horizontal line, place it right here. Then I'll write weekly support slash floor. All right. So I have a zone based off the weekly time frame that I know that price is currently, hold on, I know price is currently here, right here, but based off this candle, I know a ceiling is approaching. I know that price just came from a floor. So it's a possibility, a strong possibility, that price, since it's right here, it can potentially come up to the zone and trying to test it again to see where they can break it. Right. So currently, as of today, price is currently at $1.26 on XRP. So once we get our weekly time frame mark up, then what I do, I scroll down to the next, which is the daily time frame, and I zoom out, and all I'm doing now is just, adjusting my lines where it needs to be, where it fits. So right here, this is still my weekly resistance. So as you can see before, look how many times price came into the zone and touched this area. And this is how you know that this is a powerful area, because you get 2 touches, it show a strong zone. You get more than 2, it show a really strong zone. So all up in here, price came, and price tried to text right here was like a big like fake out, because what price do? Price broke all the way through this line, then came back and closed below. So right here in the past, you see that price came here before, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And each time when it came here, it couldn't break through. So that's why we consider this a resistance slash ceiling. Because if you think about it, that if you're on the floor and you try to jump to the ceiling and you can't break through, what's going to happen? You're going to fall back to the floor. And that's what price did. So what I will do now is, all I will do is just adjust my horizontal line to make sure it's in between as many touches as it can be. And another trick that you can do, you can use your line chart. So You can use your line chart to do that as well. So right here, I want as many touches as I can. So this will be a good area because you got 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't put it necessary all the way up here as of yet because price is not there. Price been here before, but then closed back. You want to put it where the most relevant touches are. So you got to touch here, touch here, touch here. Bam. So now we go back to the regular candlestick. So now when you look left, I'm sorry, when you look right, you see that line is attached to a number, and that number is $1.60. Where currently price is at $1.26. So simply what that means is that eventually price could potentially make its way back up there again. We just don't know when. Price is here now, but eventually price want to get back here because in the past it came here 1, 2, 3, 4 times and it couldn't hold above. So eventually price want to get back to the same zone again to try to break through. So we on the daily time frame, same thing you want to do for your support. So as you can see down here, you got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. Over here, it acted as a resistance zone right here. So once again, I'll do my line chart, and simply all I'll do is just adjust it so it can touch in between. So there you go. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. So this is perfect. Change it back. Now save it. Now I go down to the 4-hour time frame. Same thing. I'll zoom out. So now I know where my zones are, right? Well, my major zones, because the higher the time frame, the stronger the zone. So right now, we know from starting from the weekly time frame that the weekly and daily aligns. So now we're on the 4-hour chart. So now what I will do is I will zoom in and I will go where current price is currently at. And current price right now is here. So I will look left to see what's my next zone that could be approaching, what could be resistance that price could reject from. So we see this here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it to the body of the candle, and I'm gonna also mark off the top of this wick. So this is a whole zone. If you want to check this, all you have to do, look at your line chart, and there you see. Look at all the touches. You see that? Okay. So then what I will do is this. So I see this as a zone, but this is a 4-hour time frame now. So knowing that this is a 4-hour time frame now, guess what I'm going to do? I need to make note of that, just like we did from the weekly. So what we will do is, once again, we're telling a story. This is going to help you along the way. So you want to get used to doing this. So we'll put 4-hour resistance / ceiling, because that's what it is, right? So we know that price is at $1.27 now. Potentially, once price get in the zone of $1.29, $1.34, we could see some resistance like we seen previously before. That price came here once, drop. Second time, drop. Third time, deep retracement. So price is approaching this right here line again. So I'm going to be looking to see, okay, will price be strong enough to break the zone? Now, because we're on the 4-hour chart, this candle you see says that we have 1 hour and 18 minutes left before this candle closes. So this candle right here open at 8 o'clock. If you look straight down, you see at 8 o'clock this morning, this candle open. Because we're on the 4-hour time frame, it takes 4 hours for this candle to close. So at 12 p.m., this candle will close. And what we will look for is to see whether price continue to push through or whether a rejection will come at the zone. All right. So now we have that. So now what we want to look for is our nearest support. So if this is price right here, right, we want to find our nearest support. Where is our nearest support? Well, let's see. If this is the candle right here, let's see. Nearest support, we can look at this zone or this zone. So what I'll do is, guess what? I'm going to mark both of them off. I'm going to mark this zone, and I'm going to mark this zone. And guess what I'm going to put? 4-hour support / floor. because now that's letting me know that this is a minor zone that will be approaching. As you can see here, look, it came to the floor, and what did it do? From the ceiling to the floor, we got a bounce, and now it's coming back up. You see, the thing about trading is this, is that 9 times out of 10, it always repeats itself. So all you have to do is look to past price action in order to predict future price action. That's it. So now, since we have our zone, let's zoom out. We have our weekly zone down here, weekly zone up here, but our current zone, and matter of fact, let's change this color so we don't get confused. Let's put this color to be orange. You can color coordinate it. That's your preference. As you can see, I love colors. All right, so we know now this is our 4-hour zone, that's orange, and our weekly zone is like that ferocious pink or whatever. All right, so now let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. So now we're here on the 1-hour time frame, and I want you to see how this comes together. That by you building this roadmap, because that's what it is, you're setting yourself up for success. Because if you're currently in this trade right now, and you didn't have these lines to show you that, okay, it's a potential resistance coming here where price been before in the past and price rejected off the zone. So if you didn't have this line here to show you that, you could potentially stay in this trade and potentially lose some of your profit if you didn't know this right here was a stop sign. Okay? So now I'm on the 1-hour time frame. Now this is the furthest that I will personally go. So I will mark up from the weekly, go down to the 1 hour. So as you can see on the 1 hour, I really don't have to do no adjusting, simply because my lines from the 4 hours, aligns with the 1 hour, as you can see. So what I would then do now is put my period separators on. And now this is where the fun part comes in. So my period separators, as you can see, let me brighten it up a little bit, and I'm going to change it to white. So pretty much what the period separators represent is from day to day price action. So this right here was August the 19th. So from this line to this line was one full day of price action. That's simply what that means. From this line to once 8 o'clock come tonight, that would be one full day. So as you can see, this is the new day right here that we have, where the new line is printed. So what I will personally do is this. If I mark up anything on the 1 hour, I will mark up the 1 hour high before we had this break. So this was the 1 hour high before any of this took place. You understand? This line showed at 2000, which was 8 o'clock last night, was when the new day started. So price made this high, which was your 1 hour resistance / ceiling, right? Then price came down, pushed down because it couldn't break here, pushed down and made this low, which was your 1 hour floor. So 1 hour support / floor, right? Okay, so seeing this right here, before any of this right here above took place, before any of that happened, this was where price was at, right here. It opened here. Last night at 8 o'clock, this day started right here, right? Okay, so when that happened, this became a new resistance, a new ceiling, because price pushed up, then pulled back. When price pulled back because it couldn't break through, it created a floor. You see that? Price pushed up, hit the ceiling, it couldn't break through, so we pulled back and made a new floor. So before any of this happened, this is what it would have looked like, right? Let's see this. Just act like this right here haven't happened. So we come to the market, right? And this is where price is at. This is your high of the day. This is your low of the day. This candle right here was the candle that broke structure. And what do I mean? This was the candle that was bold enough to break out and close above this line of resistance. So anytime that you're trading, right, you want to look for structure. So if this was a resistance zone and this was a support zone, but then when price pushed up, it broke and closed above, now this is no longer resistance. Price broke out. So when this red candle came afterwards and retest, that's what you call a break and retest. Price broke, came back in, retest the zone. This zone now is now a new support. Once you get into learning uptrends and downtrends, right? So when you're in the uptrend, this what tends to happen. Let me see. Right in an uptrend, this is what happens. Price go from a low to a high, pull back, makes a higher low, push up, makes a higher high. That's an uptrend. So it makes a low, right? We start with a low. Then price pushes up. And when price pushes up, guess what it do? It makes a high, right? And when it makes this high, oh wait, still in drawing mode. Sorry. When it makes this high, okay, the disrespect. When it makes this high, let me take this. All right, take this. So we make a high. So we start with a low, then we go to a high. Then guess what come next? We get what's called a higher low. And guess where that goes? That goes right here. Why is this considered a higher low? Because previously, this was the beginning of the low. This was the lowest point. Then price pushed up, made a high. When price pulled back to the floor or support, guess what it did? It made a higher low. This is considered a higher low because this low right here is higher than this previous low. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So when that happened, price then was like, okay, we want to stay in trend. So guess what it did? It then made what you consider a higher high. Right here. And this is what you consider an uptrend. Price will start with a low, push to make a high. So you have your floor, you have your ceiling, price pull back, make a higher floor, which is a higher low because this low is higher than this low. And then what happens? It get enough scrimp to push up to make a higher high because this high up here is higher than this. And that's your uptrend. So now let's go back to the charts of where current price action is at and what took place. Let me delete this real quick. All right. So right here was our ceiling. Right here was our floor. Price broke out and closed above. Came back, retested. But it wasn't over. You see these green candles? Once these green candles closed above price and price pulled back, this right here should have let you know that price was in an uptrend. Remember what I said? We go from a low to a high to a higher low. Now let me show you this. Price came from a low to a high to a higher low to a higher high. So do you think it's a coincidence that this line here represent previous resistance like ceiling in the past? No, it's not. And the reason why it's not is because price did this in the past where it came into the zone and it tried to break through and it couldn't. So in the future, what do you think price will do again? It would try once again until price get the strength to break through. But as you can see from the example I just showed you, this is how you know that you're in the uptrend. We went from this low to a high to a higher low. This is a higher low because it's higher than this low to a higher high because it's higher than this high. So that's what you'll call a 1, 2, 3 formation. An A, B, C, D, which is something that I teach in my course. my advanced course, not my beginner's course. But we're not gonna get into that. We're just talking about the basics right now. So overall, we know as of today, as of 10:52 a.m. Eastern, XRP is considered in an uptrend. But we also know that when we look to the left, that this orange zone is a zone that we must break through before price can proceed to touch this weekly zone up here. So just imagine, once the buyers get the strength to break the zone of 134, which is $1.34, our next potential target, excuse me, is $1.60. And it will look like this. It will look like a breakout, then a correction, which is a retest, then the real move. So it will look like this for the uptrend to continue. Price will make a low here. Price will break out, make a high. Price will pull back to test the zone one more time. If it holds, this zone will now be a support, and then price gonna push up to make a new high, breaking this high right here. Potentially. So as a trader, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So now I done gave you the zones. So now what I'm going to do is this right here. I have this little cheat code that I use, the strategy that I came up with. And if you've been wondering, that's what the lines are that you see. So what I do is I mark my charts up from the weekly down to the hour time frame with regular candlesticks. But when I'm looking for a trade setup, I switch to my Heikin-Ashi candles, as you can see, right? Heikin-Ashi candles take the guesswork out for you. As you can see, it's clear to see based off these green strong candles that price is in an uptrend. It's no guesswork. If I switch back to my regular candlesticks, you see green, red, green, red, green, red, green. You need to know momentum. So we switch to Heikin-Ashi. So me coming on the charts for the first time today, and I'm looking at this setup. This is what I do, right? So the strategy that I came up with is as simple as this. The first thing that I do, I go to the candlestick of the current moment of whatever time frame I'm on. And this is this candle. This candle right here opened at 10 a.m. Right now it's 10:55, but just for the sake of this video, let's just say it's 10 a.m. So this is how I would have gauged whether I would have got into this trade. So I will put my vertical line on this candle and I will ask myself some questions to know whether I'm buying or I'm selling. The first question I would ask myself is this. Let me switch to the arrow. One, where is the green line? And I'm talking about this line right here. And you can see with the arrow. Where's the green line? If price, which is the candles, are above this green line, I know that I'm only looking for buys. I don't care about nothing else. I know that if price is above this green line, I'm only looking to buy. That's the first question. The second question I ask myself is this. Where is the momentum of the market? Which would be the candle of the hour. This candle right here. Oops. Sorry. Let me see something. Okay. Which would be this candle right here. At 10 o'clock. This candle right here. If this candle right here at 10 o'clock is a light green, I know that I should be buying because there are strong buyers in the market. Right? The next thing that I would ask myself is this. Is this purple line above this green line? And if so, I know that we're in an uptrend as well, that buyers are in control. The next question I would ask myself is this. Is this candle at 10 a.m. a flat bottom green candle? And this is how we're going to tell. Let me see. Let's see. Take drawing mode off. Okay, get this. Okay, let's see. All right. So this is what we would do. We would zoom in, and I asked myself this question. Hold on, cause this is gonna irk me. See, I tried something new, y'all, by using this drawing tool on this recorded thing, and look, don't even know how to delete it. Such is life. Anyways, at 10 o'clock, the next question I asked myself, is this a flat bottom green candle? Well, yes, it is. On a buy, price open from the bottom, close at the top. So yes, this is a flat bottom green candle. And what I mean by that is there's no wick sticking out the bottom of this. Like how this is. If you see this, you do not enter on this. You only want to enter on a flat bottom green candle. And the last thing I will ask myself is this. Is price above the blue, yellow, and red line? And yes, it is. So guess what I would have done? I would have entered the trade. I would have entered the buy. And currently, we would have been in the buy. And like I showed in the beginning of the video, I was in a buy setup on XRP, which I already took profit. I closed out 10 cents to $20. So that was great. Another thing is this, right? I want you to know that this is not hard. Don't let anyone make you believe that this is hard. It's not. I just showed you, how I go about looking at the market. I can delete everything, and I can even show you a simpler way on how to look at this if you didn't want to do top-down analysis. I really don't know how to delete this junk off of my computer. See, I was using this drawing tool from what I use to record my videos, and yeah, it's being real disrespectful right now. So this is what we're gonna do. This is XRP. So currently XRP is in a buy, right? We're looking to buy, but remember here, if you're trading XRP, we have the zone up here that we must watch for. That price needs to break and close above the zone in order for us to go to $1.60. So we get a break and close above $1.35, then our next target, we can target $1.60. That's XRP. I'm gonna have to switch charts because this is really bothering me. Let's go on to Litecoin. So onto Litecoin, I'm gonna delete my analysis. We're gonna do the same thing, top down analysis. We're gonna start with a weekly chart. I'm going to put my regular candlesticks on. And this is what I'm going to do. Once again, you do it every single time. Doesn't matter. I look for the candle that's currently open, which is here. I then ask myself, well, where's the nearest resistance or ceiling based on this candle? When you look left, it's up here. 387.59. And the highest pointed band, we want to mark that off. So I would then put weekly resistance slash ceiling. This is my zone. So I know if price ever comes back up here, this is someplace I need to look. Next thing I do, based on this candle, where's my floor? Where's my nearest support? Right here. So guess what I'm gonna do? Get my horizontal line, mark it off. Mark it off. We're gonna change the color back to this pink looking color. Then we're gonna change the color up here, same as well. That's weekly time frame. You can change it to whatever color you prefer. That's on you. Okay, so I'm gonna put that this is the weekly floor / support, right? Weekly support / floor. Okay. So We're going to hit save. And what we're going to do, we're going to go down to the daily time frame. So down to the daily time frame, I will do the same thing. So I'll look, okay, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. This is a valid zone right here. Up here, when we go down to the daily, you see this is a long ways from here. This right here is a lot of money to be made. From 181 to 387 is a lot of money to be made, but we must follow the rules. So we got to build up our case. So now we're gonna do the same thing. This is the daily time frame. Where is the nearest resistance or ceiling? Where is it at? Where is it at? The nearest resistance or ceiling is approaching. It's up here, so we're going to mark it off. We're going to mark it off. We're going to mark it off right here. So we'll put a little horizontal line here. We'll mark it off. Now, as you see back here, we had touches too. So this is what we can do. We can mark off this whole zone right here. This right here, I wouldn't necessarily mark off per se because I feel like it was a fake out. The price went up, then came down. But right here, you want to do where you have the most touches. Right here, you have the most touches right here. So that's where we're going to put our daily resistance / ceiling. Okay? So we'll write it. Daily resistance / ceiling. Okay? And we save it. So now, look how many touches. Remember I say you get 2 touches minimum. That's a zone. So right here, touch. It touched in here. It touched. So we got a lot of touches. So this is our zone. This is our floor from a weekly standpoint. This is our ceiling from a daily standpoint. So now this is where we at. So because this is where we at, the next thing that we can do, we can mark off one more zone for the daily. Because let's just say, see, that's a big zone. I don't necessarily want to do it that big. But if we did this right here, let's take it up to the top. Remember the cheat code, your line? All right, so we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. So we can leave it right here. We can leave it right here. We got a support, resistance. We right here now. So yeah, we can leave it right here. So this is our whole zone right here that we have for the daily. We're going to change that to orange, remember? All right, to represent our daily. Or maybe I did 4, I can't remember. But it's up to you. So bam. So we have this zone right here. So now what I'll do is I'll go down to the 4-hour chart. Now I'll zoom out once again. Make sure we write everything so we know. Let's take this to the top. Then we're going to do this right here. We're going to put daily resistance / ceiling. All right, just so we know. Remember, we're making a guideline for us, right? All right, so currently, price is at 181.55, right? Our next zone is at 189.39, then 209.87. Look at price touch right here. Look at this. Right here. Look at price touch there and what happened when price touched here. It fell. It pulled back. You see that, right? All right, so what we need to do, same thing, applies. Now we're on a 4-hour. So this is the candle right here that's currently open. So what we must do, where's our nearest ceiling? Where's our nearest resistance? What is right here? Well, guess what? Since it's already marked off, we don't have to do anything. But what we can do, we can adjust it to put it to the body of this candle. And as you can see, that's right on. So, bam. So we know that price is at 181.58. Eventually, when price get to 187.58, we may see some sort of a rejection. We will need price to break through the zone in order to keep moving. And if you look to the past, look at how many times price came into the zone and fell. Let's look at this. See, these zones are very powerful. That's why you must mark them up. Start from the higher time frame and mark them up because it's your guideline. It's going to save you. Look how many times price came here, fell. Price came into the zone, fell. That's not by accident. Right here, price was in the zone. What did it do? It dropped. So this is a powerful zone. So we know in order for Litecoin to keep moving to the next zone, we must break and close above 209.87. We know that. So now we got to do our floor. So once again, you always go to the candle that's furthest to the right. So right here is this is the candle. Where's my nearest floor? Where's my nearest support? I look down right here. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna mark this off. Gonna take it, mark it off, and guess what I'm gonna put? Oh, that's wrong. I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, that was the daily. All right, so this right here is the 4 hour though. So we're gonna do 4 hour. This floor is the 4 hour. 4 hour support / floor. Oh no, 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 no. That's daily. Daily resistance / ceiling on the top. This right here, we're going to change this color because we're on the 4 hour and we got this zone from the 4 hour. We're going to change this color to, let's do this light blue for the 4 hour. So this is the 4 hour support zone. So we'll put 4 hour support / floor. There we have it. Then I'm going to press save. And the reason why I didn't change this to the 4 hour is simply because only daily, that's where we got it from. You see what I'm saying? So we'll just leave it like that. That way we know this is a powerful zone. But this bottom is considered a 4 hour because this is where we got the zone for. So we'll hit save and we'll go down to the 1 hour. So now we're on the 1 hour chart. I'll zoom out. I will look at the bigger picture. You can then put your sessions on, your session lines on to separate your day period. I mean, your period separated if you must. Okay, so this was yesterday right here. This is where we at right here. So I know, remember, a new day start. Price go from here to here. That's one whole day. Price open at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight, this day will end. So what I want to do is mark off the high of this day. And the high of this day was right here. This day was right here. So use your line chart. Let's bring it down a little bit. Bam. I'll put now 1 hour resistance / ceiling. That's what I'll put. So I know that if price comes back into the zone and tests, then now this is a new support. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. This was our ceiling right here. Let me zoom in. This was our ceiling. Look at what happened right here. All right. Price opened here at 8 o'clock last night. 8 o'clock. So this was our high right here. This zone right here. And we can mark it off with this top part too because the wick came up here. So this is our whole zone. So this candle at 8 o'clock, it closed barely above it. That was cute, but it wasn't enough. But then at 9 o'clock, the buyers got strong and they broke and closed all the way out. Now, this is what we look for. Remember, we look for price to make a low, a high, and then a higher low. So if this was the previous high that price broke out of, right? Price broke the zone. Resistance / ceiling. Price broke the zone right here. It broke out. So I'm going to look to see where's my low. So this right here was the lowest point for the day. Right here. And then you mark this off. So I will put 1 hour support / floor. This is the zone right here. Okay. So I now have a low and I now have a high. So I have my ceiling and I have my floor. When this candle right here broke out of the zone and closed above, this candle went all the way up and made a new high. So this is what price did. Price went from a low to a high. And now what you think price can potentially do? Price can now pull back to make a higher low, to finish the uptrend, to make a higher high. That's what we can look for. Price made this low down here. This was the low. Let me delete this out your way. This was the low, and I want you to see this. Let me change it to a line chart. You see, this was a floor. Right here, this was a floor. Because I want you to see how easy this is. This was your floor. Right there. In this zone was the floor. This was your ceiling. Up here. This whole zone right here is your ceiling. Right? Put the candles back on. You see? We have a floor, ceiling. What did price do? Price broke out. Made a high. So we made a low right here. Because if you can visualize it, you can understand it. Price made a low right here. And this is how you know we're in the uptrend. Price made a low right here. Price then pushed up, made a high right here. So the buyers are like, okay, yeah, we ready to move. It made a high right here. This high it made, now you see this red candle, it can potentially be pulling back to form what we're looking for. That's called a higher low. If price comes back into the zone right here and hold anywhere in between this, as long as it doesn't break and close below this low, price pull back into the zone, then the next thing we're going to do, get our bounce to create a new higher high. And this will be your target. So if you're getting down here, right, you know, anywhere in the zone 178, 176, 174, if you're getting for a buy anywhere down here and you take profit at 187, look at all that money you just made. But if you're a swing trader, right, if you're a swing trader, then your next target can be here at 209. So just imagine buying in down here between 178 and 174, and you taking some money off the table at 187, then you taking some more money off the table once you reach 209. That's it. That's all you're doing. And I don't need none of this. I can delete all this again. And once again, I'm going to show you my strategy. It's simple. I just do the top-down analysis for training purposes. But this is what I teach in my course. I teach my students how to learn how to read price action. You know, you learn how to read price action, then you it's easy for your trading career. Support, resistance, uptrend, downtrend, higher lows, lower highs, you know, all that good stuff. But for the ones that it may seem so complex to learn, this strategy that I created is for you. Like I said, it's very simple. If I know nothing about the market, right? If I know nothing about the market, this is how my chart look every single day. This is it. I will come to the market. The candle right here, open at 11 o'clock. Perfect. We 16 minutes in. The first question I will ask myself, based on this candle that just opened at 11, what direction is the market? Well, when price is above, when the candles are above this green line, I know I should be looking to buy and buy only. So candles above green line means buy only. I know I should not be selling the market. The second question I would ask myself, where is the momentum of the market? I will then come down here to this meter and I will look. If this meter at the time of 11 o'clock is light green, I know that there are strong buyers in the market. Okay, that's the second question. The third question, Is the trend a confirmed uptrend? Well, when this purple line is above this green line, yes, it is. That's the third question. The fourth question, is this candle that opened at 11 o'clock, is it a flat bottom green candle? Yes, it is. Buy candles open from the bottom, close at the top. There's no wick sticking out of this candle at 11 o'clock. The last question, is this candle above the blue, yellow, and red line? Yes, it is. I would have taken this buy, and what I would have did, I would have looked left and target the next high that I see to the left. So this would have been a target. This is a high. This would have been a target right here. This is a high. These would have been my two targets. That if I got in at 11 o'clock, I would have targeted 184.45, 189.18. And it's that simple. That's it. So if you don't want to go through the whole process of doing top-down analysis and, plotting your lines, you can simply use this strategy. And it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You enter the trade. That's it. I made it very simple based off the colors. That the green symbolize that when price is above it, we looking for long. We looking to buy the market. When price is below the green line, we're looking to sell. When we have a flat bottom green candle with a light green bar on our meter, and the purple line is above the green line, and our current candle is above the blue, yellow, and red line, we know we buying the market. An example for a sell, let me find one real quick. It's really simple. It's very, very simple. All right, so example for a sell, if I was going to sell this market, then this is what I would look for. Same thing applies. If I was entering in on this candle right here, I'm going to ask myself, where's the green line? Based on this candle right here, the green line above price mean that we're in a downtrend. So I know I only should look for sells. Then I would ask myself, well, is the meter dark red? The meter is dark red at the time of this candle. Then I would ask myself, is the purple line below the green line? Yes, it is at the time of this candle. Then I would ask myself, is this candle a flat top red candle? Yes, it is. You don't see no wick sticking out the top of it. And lastly, is this candle below the blue, yellow, and red? Yes, it is. Guess what I would have did? I would have sold the market. It's that simple. So whether you understand support, resistance, supply, demand, it doesn't even matter. You understand these colors of these lines and what they represent in correspondence to the candles that's forming, you can become a successful trader. But I would advise you also to learn how to do support, resistance, supply, demand, top-down analysis, because you always will have a roadmap to where price can potentially go. So that's all today for XRP and Litecoin. Right now, I'm currently bullish on both. As you can see, like I stated, you can go back and watch the video from a daily time frame from XRP. Is perfect right now. As you can see on the daily time frame, let's zoom in. That this current candle right here that opened up on the 20th, it is above the green line, so I know that price is bullish. Also, price right now is currently above the blue, yellow, and red line, so that's an excellent thing. But on the daily time frame, you see the meter is still dark green. That means it's weak buyers. But right here, the purple is above the green. That means that we're in an uptrend. So today, what I'll be looking for, when price closes at 8 o'clock, is the next candle that opened, for it to be a flat bottom green candle, and we get this light green on the market. Now, look at all this potential upside right here. That if you get in now for a buy, look at all this upside potential. That, say you're getting above these highs right here, 187.92, and you ride it all the way up here. Look at all that potential. That's all money right there. So you getting in at the lowest and riding it up to the highest point. So once again, take your time and watch this video. You know, you can watch it over and over again. I will be dropping more information. Real quick, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take what I say as investing advice. Please consult with your own financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only, and what I'm currently looking at. So once again, I thank you all for watching, and until next time.